How was it like growing up na sikat yung tatay mo?
Piggybacking on the popularity, lalo na a legend, di ba? OPM icon legend like my father. So, ang kagandahan lang nun is that hindi ako naging lalaki.
Yun nga, paalam na. Okay. Legend has it, that was a love letter. Is it true?
Yes, yes.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
And the reason why, it could have been a love letter na binasa, krinampol, tinapon di ba?
Siya nang
Buti
iyak.
hindi mo tinapon yung letter.
Natapo ko. Hindi ko na alam.
Did you know it was going to be a hit?
No, I didn't know that. Charot.
Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast.
Visit abbateservices.com for fast medical transcription service. This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finally, on Paco's Place, my good friend, Miss Rachel Alejandro.
Finally is right.
At tagal,
Tagal
no?
na natin pinaplano.
And you know what?
Yun ang natuloy.
Ngayon natuloy na. So, dedire-diretsuhin ko na. Where are you based?
Right now, for the last couple of years, actually, it kind of started in pandemic. My husband kasi moved to New York. And then 2019 yon. So, yun, parang off and on, balik-balik ako from Manila to New York. Tapos nung nag-pandemic, wala naman tayong work, di ba?
Yes.
Walang mga live events. So, medyo napatagal ako doon. So, since then, parang naisip ko, kasi 20 years na akong US resident, pero never ko pa na-apply yung citizenship. So, sabi ko, sige, subukan ko na to. Nagkataon naman, after the pandemic, revenge of the concerts, di ba?
Oo, kasi dumami lahat,
oo,
di ba?
as in times 10 yata ng pre-pandemic,
Yeah.
kasi talagang nasabik ang mga tao. So, nagkasunod-sunod naman yung mga tour, di ba? So, yun. So, I found myself staying in New York, pero ito yun. So, I work everywhere else but New York. So, New York is where I live, pero mayat-maya, tanggal ng gamit sa maleta, palit ng costume, ayan, alis na naman to go somewhere else. I just came from the Philippines now.
So, okay.
I had a concert with my dad. So, yun.
Your dad
1 week lang
Haji
ako doon.
Alejandro. Oh, 1 week?
1 week.
So, jet lag? Wala.
Jet lag ako nung pagdating ko doon. Ganun yata pag tumatanda. Para talagang dati 2 to 3 days lang. Ngayon hindi na eh.
Ngayon ang hirap mag-recover, di ba?
Oo, grabe. Para ko talagang, ganun.
You know what, maganda? You mentioned your dad. So your dad, Haji Alejandro, very popular. Kilabot ng mga kolehiyala. How was it like growing up na sikat yung tatay mo? And the reason why I ask is because it's one thing to start your own career. It's another thing to start it sa ilalim ng shadow ng napakasikat na tao.
So there are pros and cons to that, as you can imagine, di ba? Piggybacking on the popularity, lalo na a legend, di ba? OPM icon legend like my father. So, ang kagandahan lang nun is that hindi ako naging lalaki. Kasi, syempre, kung lalaki, tapos yung tatay mo, ganun, guwaping.
Yes.
Tapos, ito yung unfortunate, di ba? Hindi naman ako magbabanggit kung sino-sino. Pero, marami kasi, ang problema kasi sometimes, nako-compare. So, kunyari, yung tatay mo, sikat, napakagaling, ang gwapo pa. Tapos, hindi ka kasing, alam mo yun?
Kasing
yun yung
pogi o
mahirap.
kasing galing,
Oo,
di ba?
hindi kasing pogi, hindi kasing galing. Or, ang pwede mong gawin kasi in that situation, so mag-iiba ka ngayon ng genre. Mag-iiba ka kayo ng... In my case, I didn't have to do that kasi nga, girly-lash naman ako.
Yes.
So, tapos, kumbaga, parang in my career naman, I dabbled into theater, and mas nagkaroon ako ng acting career kaysa sa father ko. So, in that sense, parang I established na rin my own path, but at the same time, syempre, malaking nakatulong dahil syempre, I'm sure maybe many of you out there watching right now know that nag-umpisa ako, ang discovery ako ni ni Kuya Germs, and that was because, of course, narinig niya, anak ni Haji kumakanta. So, syempre, kung wala namang ganung background, I'm sure maybe it would have been harder, di ba?
But did you know that you were gonna do it?
Yes, oo. Maliit pa ako, alam ko na. As in, yung isa ako dun sa mga makukulit na bata na talagang pipigilan mo eh. Yung hindi magpapapigil, yung ganun. Ayoko na mag-aral, yung ganun ba?
And you knew that you could sing?
Yes, oo. I mean, kasi nung bata pa ako, parang gusto ko mag-artista, gusto ko maging singer, pero parang gusto ko mas maging artista. Yung ganun ba?
Yeah.
As I grew up, syempre, na-realize ko. Kasi di ba sometimes naman, kung ano yung pinaplano natin, hindi naman necessarily ganun yung mangyayari. Mas nakilala ko bilang singer than as an actress. Pero that came later on.
But you're a very good actress also.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now, yung theater, kailan pumasok yun? And why did you decide to go into theater? Why did you pivot?
So maliit pa ako, talagang nag-start na ako sa theater. I was only 8 years old. I did The Sound of Music when I was 8. In fact, kagabi nga sa concert ko dito sa LA, believe it or not, kasi itong si Jane na ating producer,
The celebrant,
Jane Provido, turned 41. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, do you know na my first musical, the first job I ever took as a performer was 41 years ago. So nung pinanganak si Jane, that was when I did ito pa kaya sobrang parang full circle nung gabi ng show kasi 41 years old si Jane, celebrating her birthday last night. Tapos in the audience, yung isa sa castmate ko that I hadn't seen for 41 years from The Sound of Music was in the audience. His name was Roland. And I was like, sabi niya, nandyan si Roland, kasama mo siya sa The Sound of Music 41 years ago. Yun talagang sabi ko, wow, that's something. Diba?
This concert with Jane, yung birthday concert niya.
Yes.
First of all, hats off to you for doing it. Because,
of course.
Because si Jane is a mover and shaker dito sa local community.
Naks naman, mover and shaker.
Yeah. Pero what compelled you to do it?
Ito na nga. So, I was in the Philippines. I knew I was going to be in the Philippines kasi nga, this whole year, the last time I was in Manila was April and May. I shot a film with Morissette, yung A Song of the Fireflies. Hindi pa siya napapalabas. So, kumbaga parang I always try to at least go back home to visit my lola, to visit my family. Kahit ito na nga na nag-apply na nga ako for my citizenship dito. And ang inaano ko nga, ang tinarget ko na was that November ako uuwi. So nung kinontak ako ni Jane, sabi niya, are you available on ganitong weekend? Sabi ko, nako, kakauwi ko pa lang sa Philippines, ganyan-ganyan. Malabo, sabi ko talaga. Pero parang sabi ko, sige, gawin na rin natin, ganon-ganon. So nagkasundo naman kami. So nakahanap naman ako ng medyo affordable na flights.
The flights.
Mga flights. It was all about the flights.
Yeah.
So nakahanap naman and then tamang-tama may pumasok akong isa pang show dito sa US din, yung Seattle ko. Magsa-Seattle ka, di ba?
Yes.
Pero it's an event, company event. So parang at least 2 shows bago ako bumalik ulit to the Philippines for the holidays.
Now, supporting the local artist, how important is that for you?
Supporting the local artist. Alam mo ito, my cousin and I, si Nino Alejandro, we were just talking about this. Plano ko kasi, guys, magfi-50 na ako next year. Ikaw ba?
52 na ako.
52 ka na?
Yes.
Matanda ka pala sa amin.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh.
I see. Okay. So, in a couple of months, I will be turning, in 3 months, I'll be turning 50. So, gusto kong makarating ng Korea since the last time akong nagpunta sa Korea was 20 years ago. So, hindi rin ako nakalibot. And I want to understand bakit nila tayo parang milya na yung parang they became a soft power.
Yes,
because of their music,
yes.
because of their entertainment, telenovelas, film, nag-Oscar, Best Picture, and all that. How did this happen? Bakit to think na, di ba, tayong Pilipino, iniisip ko yan eh, di ba, tayo naman yung kung tutuusin eh.
Yeah.
Di ba tayo sa mga Broadway musical, sa mga ganyan na tayo, before pa na ang galing natin maging kumanta, umarte, hindi naman matatawaran din yung mga direktor natin and all. So sabi ko, bakit tayo naunahan? Yun yung gusto kong maintindihan. What is it about it?
Do you have an idea?
I do. And we were discussing this. You know what? It's apparently parang strategy ng gobyerno nila na suportahan talagang art, suportahan talagang entertainment scene because that is their way to put themselves on the map.
Yes.
And because of that, yumayaman din sila because they create that industry na talagang, yes, you can see BTS talagang naman yung billion na pinapasok na revenue nun. So gain sila, di ba? Sometimes, Forward thinking lang eh.
Speaking of BTS, yung chair na yan, dinonate yan ni Vince Nantes, who wrote the first hit of BTS.
No.
Sitting on that chair.
Aba. Baka kailangan masamsam ko yun.
Kaya tawag namin dyan the Hitmaker chair.
Talaga?
He wrote Black Swan yun,
really?
with August Rigo.
So do you write things on this chair?
I tried. Pero ano lang yan, Dear Jaja.
Ayun.
Hanggang pala. But,
Speaking, so you said how important is it to support the Filipino artists. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko. Kasi napaka-talented natin. It's just a question of course, maybe having somebody in the government na will have this strategy na, sige, suportahan natin ng mga singers, actors, film, and all that. And really put budget into it, di ba? Isa yon. And number 2, lahat din tayo. Dapat suportahan din natin yung sariling atin. And madalas din kasi nagkakaroon ng mga factions, di ba?
Aray ko.
Kasi gusto namin si ganito, kaya sisirain namin si ganito. Yung ganon. If we were to, parang, kasi like BTS, like I said nga, di ba? Parang it's a nation of talagang atin to. We own this. Yung ganon. Pero, di ba, SB19, di ba? Parang somehow may support din sila.
Pero as of this taping, SB19 nag-cancel ng mga shows.
Oh, yes. I heard. I saw that nga.
Di ba? Parang ano ba?
Bangkok. I saw,
Ano ba? Ngayon lang gagawin, di pa nagawa.
Oo.
Okay. So, you're busy still as a singer. Are you still doing theater? No more?
Theater, I have, so far, matagal na yung huli. But yun nga, itong film namin ni Morissette is a musical.
How was it like working with her?
I really enjoyed it. It's her first film, so introducing siya dito. And we had a good time. She's a natural actress. And of course, napakagaling naman. I mean, as far as yung mga this generation, her generation of singers, di ba si Regine nga din mentioned something about that na parang talagang kakaiba yung singing voice ni Mori. Ang sarap pakinggan, and as an actress, I was surprised that she had the depth. No, so just to give everyone a little taste of what Song of the Fireflies is. So it's the true story of kids in Bohol. They're called the Lobok Children's Choir. They were basically just kids in very, meager background and in a town na parang never heard of, 'di ba? Lobok, parang in the middle of nowhere in Bohol. And may mga bata na binuulang nitong isang teacher, itong character nga ni Morissette.
Yeah.
And they started joining mga competition, and wala silang parang audition, walang elimination. As in, ang sa kanya lang, para enjoy lang yung mga bata, but somehow, may magic sila. And that's why it's Song of the Fireflies. Kasi parang pag naririnig yung boses nila, nagkakaroon ng magic. Parang gano'n. It's kind of like that, yung film. So I'm so excited about it because I think it's going to be a very inspiring story. It's not the usual musical film. Oo. So it's their story about the kids' story. Sila yung Lobok Children's Choir, the current Lobok Children's Choir. Kasi they originated in the 1980s.
Okay.
So syempre, matatanda na yung mga na yun. Yung current group, at may cameo na lalabas ang isang common
We need more films na ganito eh.
Yes, para din, 'di ba? And also because it showcases our musicality as Filipinos. Kasi our company, yung Culture Tain, 'di ba, we produced ang Larawan. Yun ang main namin is to showcase the music of the Filipinos to the world. Kasi hopefully, just like Larawan, sana makapasok siya sa mga international film festivals. Yun, para naman makita nila. Kasi itong mga batang to, as in, di ba parang it's as if, sabi nga ni Ellen DeGeneres, di ba, na parang there must be something in the water in the Philippines.
Yes, kasi lahat ng tao, talented.
At saka yung minsan yung mga bata, di ba, na mga like, now Jake Zyrus, di ba, doon ang galing yun, na naging sumikat siya. Ganun because I think it's really in us. It's just a question of banding together as a nation and saying, you know what, this is what we're good at and we need to support this para umunlad tayo lahat.
Yeah.
Para lahat tayo gain, di ba? I think the entertainment scene is not, parang hindi, it's a resource na hindi sobrang nabibigyan
hindi
ng enough.
Natatap,
hindi natatap enough.
And to think, napaka-abundant ng ng talent ng Filipino artist.
Grabe talaga. Yeah. So as we've seen, diba, the Lea Salonga, and then most recently si Vina Morales was on Broadway. Here Lies Love, which just ended their run recently. So I think,
you know what people don't understand?
Push.
like Here Lies Love. Can you imagine David Byrne of Talking Heads?
Yes.
Pwede naman siyang mag-tap into a different culture. Minsan nalulungkot ako dahil hindi in-embrace talaga ng lahat ng Pilipino sa Amerika yung Here Lies Love.
You know what? Ito nga yung ito nga yung parang naiisip ko. Kasi I watched it, no? I was there for the opening night, and then Lea was nice enough to give me a ticket for that. And then I bought a ticket again to So I watched it twice. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It's so much fun. And unfortunately, parang some people said it was too much fun considering the seriousness of the subject, which is of course, diba? The whatever led to the people power revolution and all of the things that happened in history that led up to that uprising, di ba? So parang masyado daw tinrivialize yung ganon. I don't feel that because feeling ko naman hindi natin pwedeng ipakain sa global audience yung masyadong maraming detalye at kailangan naman palatable pa rin sa kanila.
And then let the global audience do their Google search of what really happened.
That's how I felt. But on the flip side, syempre, yung mga supporters din ng current administration, may reservation din dahil negative to against the Marcos
right.
Di ba? So, parang on both sides nagkaroon ng
sayang, no?
Parang naging, maybe in a way it was too polarizing. Maybe that's the word, polarizing. So, in that sense, maybe that was the thing. Pero you know what? Ang daming show sa Broadway na, as in, it opens this week, in 2 weeks sarado na ha. Ito nag-6 months, tumagal pa to. And honestly, ang kontrata nila talaga sa theater was only, apparently, I just learned, hanggang November lang pala talaga. So it could have been really promoted as hanggang November lang ha. Parang ganon. Manood na kayo. Parang ganon.
I see. Any plans of doing Broadway?
Ako may plano, pero may plano kaya siya sa akin.
Bakit hindi? You have to attract, di ba?
Correct. I've never said this before. But since nandito tayo na, it feels very intimate.
It is.
Parang we can share secrets here. Okay, ito yung totoo niyan. I am terrified of auditions. As in, I have auditioned, but I feel like parang it's like pulling nails, you know? Kasi meron akong fear na parang if I'm being judged, parang yung brain ko, parang it has this switch na parang if I'm gonna perform, katulad ng show namin ni Jane, I'm there for the people.
Right.
Parang it's not that I'm not being there, I'm not being scored, I'm not being,
you were invited.
I don't need to be, I was invited to perform. And I'm there para sumaya sila.
Yes.
Yung mindset na yun, basta ganun yung mindset, relaxed, nakakapag-joke-joke, nakakakanta ng maganda, nare-reach yung mga notes at ang mga hindi na-flat. Pero the minute na audition or contest, eto na, may sudden, you're being judged, you're being ganun, is so important kasi if you get this role, magbabago buhay mo. Yayaman ka. Yung ganon. Yung bang, it's gonna change your life. So you better sing this well, Rachel.
So pressure,
So yung brain, kasi ang vocal cords ng tao, maliit yan eh. So kahit konting doubt, konting mapa-flat yun eh. Ayun.
Diba?
And ang nangyayari, you know what? It gets so bad sometimes. People don't know this, but it gets so bad sometimes that I have parang a heart attack coming on. Ganun. I have felt in the year 2000 when I joined the Metro Pop, kasi diba, it's not a singers competition, as you know, it's a songwriting competition, pero ikaw yung interpreter. Worse yun for me because nakasalalay sa akin kung mananalo si songwriter. Kumbaga, he's counting on me. So you better not forget the lyrics. Walang prompter eh. So ito yung feeling ko parang tapos saan yung next line? Nasaan yung next line? Biglang lumalabas. So what's the next line? Alam mo, itong buong left arm ko nawala ng feeling na parang nag-numb. And that's what they said is a heart attack about to happen.
Oh my God.
So hindi siya
And
masaya.
This was like 23 years ago.
Yes. Oo. And that's not the first time. This has happened. Like, hindi naman lagi. Pero if it's a audition, live audition, kaya nga ngayon, thank God for the pandemic kasi nauso ngayon ng video audition.
Yes.
Na pwede mong ulitin.
Yes.
Diba? Pag nagkamali, kapag erase.
So
ngayon ang uso.
Is it safe to say that, or safe to conclude, you're too hard on yourself?
Maybe. Or may topak lang talaga ako. It's sabi nga nila, maybe you need treatment. Maybe you need may nagsabi sa aking actress, sabi niya, baka it's a form of PTSD, sabi sa akin.
Pero was your dad hard on you when you were...
No. My dad's the nicest, most jolly, fun dad. So wala, it's me.
Okay, let's talk about your songs. Ito naman. What was your first... simulan muna natin sa... Ano pinaka-gusto mo sa discography mo na kanta?
Hard to say. Siyempre, I'd have to say Paalam Na because I co-wrote that with our good friend.
Ay, ako hindi ako nagpunta ron. Siya po ang nagpunta ron.
Did I open a door?
Of course you did.
Patay.
Mali mo, may mangyaring show in the future.
Iyan na nga.
With
So
our
we
good
are
friend, diba?
we are putting it out in the universe.
Yes.
That maybe kung may nakakarinig dyan na mga nag-iisip ng ano bang magandang combination,
Diba?
parang maganda ang Paco Geneva,
Oo,
Rachel,
Dingdong.
Dingdong.
Diba? Excess. Right?
Diba? Ayun.
Problema, hindi ako marunong kumanta. But...
Yun
Okay, so
may hit song ka.
yun nga, Paalam Na. Okay.
Okay.
That's your favorite. Co-written. Legend has it, that was a love letter. Is it true?
Yes.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
And the reason why, it could have been a love letter na binasa, krinampol, tinapon di ba? But it turned out to be a hit song.
Yeah. So, Dingdong and I were, I guess, in that stage na syempre, several, na parang ito na yung dulong-dulo. Kasi di ba, mga relationship naman.
Yeah.
Away bate. Ito parang it seemed na this is it. Parang ganun di ba? So he wrote a letter in English. Kasi alam mo naman, Inglesero si Kuya.
Lasalista.
So it was a letter in English and literally guys, word for word yon. Yung tinranslate ko lang siya sa Tagalog at pinag-rhyme ko lang. Yung nais ko lang malaman mo, ang laman ng aking puso, baka di na mabigyan ng ibang pagkakataon na sabihin ito sa'yo. Literally, yun yung start ng letter. Oo. I wanted to tell you this, what's in my heart because I may not be given another chance to say this. Literal yun. So, in Tinagalog ko lang lahat ng sinasabi niya. Hanggang sa iyon na parang...
By the way, nung panahon natin na yun, uso pa talaga ang papel roti, uso pa talaga ang...
handwritten pa talaga. Wala pa ngayon yung mga di ba, nasa tablet or sa phone, ganyan. Oo, ito handwritten ito. And he left it on the pillow in our apartment. So, nandun siya. And ang nakahanap kasi, ayoko siyang makitang umalis.
Right.
So, I left and I stayed at my Tita Rio's house, my late stepmother, Tita Rio Diaz. And I stayed overnight doon. Tapos tumawag yung sister ko, si Barney.
Yes.
Yung chef na sister ko. Tapos sabi niya, I just got here. Kasi parang every time after school, pumupunta siya. Hindi niya alam na wala ako doon. So, nung dumating siya, sabi niya, hindi pala dito natulog, ganun. Nakita niya, may letter dun sa bed, dun sa pillow. Tapos tinawagan niya ako, sabi niya, you want me to read it to you? Ayun, binasa niya. Iyak talaga ako ng iyak. Grabe yung iyak. I don't think I've ever cried more in my life.
Binasa ni Barney yung breakup letter.
Sa akin on the phone. Yung letter na yon.
So,
tapos,
hindi ikaw nagbasa?
Hindi ako nagbasa. Siya ang nagbasa sa akin on the phone.
Kasi
wala ko
That's another 360 Parang ikaw ang lumuhod kay Geneva para mag-propose on my behalf.
Oo nga. Bakit ba nangyari yon?
Di ba?
Bakit ba nangyari
kasi hindi ako naman nabigyan ng visa to go to...
ganun ba?
To go to London.
Ba't hindi mo inintay nalang bumalik? Wala lang.
Mahabang story.
Okay. Hindi ko alam yung storya na yan.
Alam mo yun. Kaya,
hindi ko alam yung reason.
alam mo kung bakit kayo nasa London, di ba?
Yes. Oo. Yun na.
Oo nga, no? Diba? Ikaw
sinama niya ako, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi, she had some work over there and then sinama niya ako. And then, but what's not clear to me is bakit yung naisip na kailangan gawin sa London, etc., etc. Yan ang hindi ko alam. But I know that she was carrying your child.
Yeah, I think
that much I know.
Yun, para hindi machismis.
Oh, so parang may time constraint.
Kasi 'di ba, it was hidden na buntis siya.
Yes. Oo.
So ikaw ang nag-propose.
Ako. Oo. Kasi kailangan nga. Siyempre kailangan, dahil very wholesome.
Tapos si Barney naman.
Image ng...
Tapos si Barney naman ang nakipag-break up sa'yo on Dingdong's behalf.
Yes.
Oh my God, parang...
Oo. Tapos ang iyak din niya. While she was reading it, ito, ganon siya. Tapos ganon, hindi ko halos maintindihan yung sinasabi niya dahil iyak siya ng
buti
iyak.
hindi mo tinapon yung letter.
Natapon ko. Hindi ko na alam. Pero ito yon. Pero yung original, kasi I wrote the lyrics of Paalam Na on the back of a script of a drama. Yung mga uso nun, di ba? Nung time na yung drama anthology.
Yes.
Hindi pa teleserye yung uso nung araw. So I wrote it in the back of the script. The producer of Paalam Na, Louis Papina, still has that piece of paper.
Shoot,
so
wow.
yun, handwritten, baka nga pencil written pa.
Wow.
May mga bura-bura pa.
Did you know it was going to be a hit?
No, I didn't know that. Charot. Yes, I did know that. Ganon eh. Hindi. You know what? I knew it was going to win. Nung naano na siya, nung na-nominate na siya for the awit, for Song of the Year, I had a feeling, very, very strong feeling. Kasi I was in the States eh. I forget what I was doing, maybe a tour. Pero nag-iwan na ako ng ganun ako ka-confident kapal ng Fez na nag-iwan na ako ng acceptance speech.
Di ba? Ina-attract mo talaga.
Oo, di ba? As they say, attract, claim it.
Yes.
So I wrote the speech, I gave it to him na. So nung nanalo kami, binasa niya yung speech ko. Oo, yeah. Prepared.
Those things that happen in our lives, silver lining yun eh, di ba? That's a silver lining.
That's true.
Knowing what you know now, do you believe that everything really does happen for a reason?
You know, there are days that I think about that na parang, wow, this happened because ganito pala. Yeah, and you make, I think there are times when things make sense and then there are times when things don't make any sense. And they don't have, even if, bakit ba ito nangyari? There's no answer really. So I'd say yes and no, and depending on the moment, I suppose. Pero in the case of itong particular thing, definitely, I don't think any other, kung may, as diba usong-uso ngayon yung multiverse, as they say, na parang dito sa universe na to, hindi kayo naghiwalay.
Pero baka
dito sa universe na to, naghiwalay kayo at nag-asawa siya ng iba. At ikaw nag-asawa. I don't see another universe, especially for Dingdong, because then, in a universe na hindi niya naging asawa si Jessa, hindi niya rin naging anak si Jada, and that could not be.
Correct.
That could not be. Because there's no universe that creation does not exist.
Okay. If we are all accounted for.
My God, she is the best of both parents.
Yes.
Talagang meant yon. Yun masasabi ko, parang meant that she is here on earth. Yun ang totoo.
See, everything had to happen for that to happen, no?
Oh, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh, because then, how can it be? Di ba? And perfect yung ganda ni Jessa, yung itsura ni Dingdong, yung talent ng dalawa, in-instilled dun sa bata.
Yeah.
And multiplied by tenfold. She writes her own music, she plays instruments. Grabe. In fact, from the very, very beginning, sinabi ko na sa kanya, I see her as becoming a big global superstar. Sabi ko, kung swertehin lang, yun lang. Sabi ko, kaya kayong dalawang mag-asawa, supportahan nyo na yan. Take it all the way.
Diba?
Dahil pahinga na kayo, nakagano na kayo dyan.
Pa-golf na lang.
Oo, ganun. Kung ako may anak na ganun, retired na.
Okay, speaking of kids, any plans?
Naku naman. Dahil nasa Golden Girls na tayo.
Pwede may tinatawag na adoption?
Sa bagay.
Pwede ka mag-adapt ng 18 years old para tapos na.
That's true. Ikaw, syempre ikaw marami.
Ako dami pa, di ba?
Marami kang hinahatid sundo.
Yes! Sa
Isa
school.
kang school bus.
Isa ako school bus. Proud.
Grabe.
At least yun lang ang consequence ko sa mga...
Oo.
Diba?
Pero blessing naman.
It's a blessing.
Oo, diba? Ikaw, you've been in my case, it wasn't, I guess it just never happened. Because nga, parang as time went by, busy.
Yeah.
Priorities lang naman to, diba?
Yes.
And you wake up one day, matanda na pala ako. Yung parang time just flew by. Diba ganun yung when parang life happens while you're, diba? May ganung quote while you're busy making plans or something like that. You don't see it that ito na pala yun. In my husband's case though, he's not fond of having kids. So in his case, itong napangasawa ko,
So nagkasundo kayong dalawa?
well, in my case, it wasn't really super conscious. Parang nandun pa rin siya na parang, baka naman, pag may oras na.
Right.
Tapos nung pandemic, oh my God, Paco. Alam mo, pag wala kang anak during the pandemic and isa kang singer, mawawalan ka ng hope. Kasi parang, ano na ngayon? Ano na ngayon?
Can you elaborate?
It got dark.
Yeah, can you elaborate on that
It got
feeling?
really, really dark. It got dark. And iyak lang ako ng iyak every day kasi parang there was no end to the tunnel.
Yeah.
There was no light at the end of the tunnel kasi parang tapos talagang yung mga realization na did I make a mistake? Kasi if I'm not a singer, yes, I'm a wife, yes, I'm a daughter, I'm ganyan. Pero unlike, let's say, you guys na I'm sorry, but I have to get up in the morning and I have to, kahit anong mangyari, kailangan maggawa ako ng breakfast para dito sa mga gagong to eh. Alam
Gusto mo, ayaw mo.
Gusto mo, araw mo, I have to pick, you have to get up, diba?
Yeah.
Ako, parang, same day, parang of the same as yesterday, ganun na parang wala kang ginagawa, nandun ka lang nakapajama sa bahay, tapos hindi mo alam kailan dadating. It wasn't a financial burden eh. It wasn't that because we're okay because my husband naman has work.
Yeah.
He never stopped working and ako naman hindi naman ako magastos na tao. So, but it was more yung purpose.
Yeah.
I guess yung tinatawag na purpose.
Why am I even here? Parang gano'n.
What's my ano nang silbi ko kung hindi ako nanay, hindi ako. Tapos doon na nag-ano na ako ng mga parang regret dumadating washed over me na bakit ba hindi ako nag-anak? Because I'm selfish. Because ito namin mga ganun. Parang ginanong-ganong ko yung sarili ko talaga.
Yeah.
Yun yung mga iniiyakan ko. And of course, the idea then, it was scary. Come on, diba? Na I'm sure in your case also, maybe it was scary for you because we didn't know what we were gonna do as performers. In the US, it wasn't so...
It was very scary.
It was scary. It was bad.
Yeah.
But in the Philippines, they took it a whole notch higher because the restrictions were way worse.
Yes.
And of course, it reopened way later pa than
Kaya
here.
nakabukas na kayo, nakakulong pa rin. Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oo. So, I didn't spend the first part of the pandemic. Eto yun. So, papasok na yung friend natin. So, the first part of the pandemic, nasa New York ako. Yun yung iyak-iyak, nasa couch, nakapajama. The following year, ECQ, di ba yun ang tawag nila sa Pilipinas? ECQ Season 2,
oh my God.
Geneva and I decided na ma-lockdown together. Kasi naisip namin, might as well mag-bonding, di ba? So wala nang gagawin, di ba? Tumaba kami. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi tumira siya sa akin. So sabi ko, kasi si Papa, yung tatay ni Jen, nagka-COVID.
Yeah.
So yun din yung reason kung bakit, hindi na muna kami uuwi doon. Tapos tamang-tama, samahan niyo ako, wala akong kasama, di ba? So it was in between kasi shooting the Broken Marriage
So
Vow.
ikaw, si Jen, si London, kaming
tatlo.
Okay.
Oo. Tsaka yung helper ko, of course, nasa bahay. Yung Broken Marriage Vow, the teleserye that I was filming that year, was put on hold.
Okay.
So na-stuck ako sa Pilipinas, di ba? Na hindi ako makauwi sa New York kasi I have to finish the teleserye.
Yes.
Hindi ako pwedeng basta umuwi. Dahil pag umuwi ako, pagbalik ko, quarantine na naman ng 10 days, 2 weeks, di ba? So, syempre, gastos, wag na, di ba? So, wait na lang hanggang mag-resume, ganun. Tapos, naisip nga namin na, dito na lang kayo. So, she spent maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks with me. And it was so alam mo, dun talaga magkakasubukan ng friendship, I think, kapag you're
24 hours?
Oo, wala kayong ibang nakikita kundi yung isa't isa. Tapos, bawal lumabas ang bagets. Binawal ng Pilipinas lumabas ang bata kahit sa kalye.
Oh, wow.
Hindi pwedeng lumabas from the house. So, kahit gusto namin mag-workout, gusto namin minsan mabilisan lang, maglalakad lang kami, magja-jogging kami sa labas sa pati mga parks sinara nila. So imagine talagang, saan tayo pupunta? Wala. Balik na lang, kain na lang tayo.
Oh my God. Kayo dalawa ni Geneva, yung friendship niyo ang tagal na, no?
Oo naman. It's over 20 years, yeah. More. Because nga, when you said, that was the 90s. So,
yeah. 94.
We're
95,
talking maybe 25 years. Kasi yung ka-age ni ni Heaven.
Heaven.
Oh, yun. Age niya. Kasi she was pregnant at that time, di ba? Yun. Yun yung start nun. And, pero for me, that lockdown was a true test of friendship.
So anong conclusion yung dalawa sa friendship niyo?
Na pwede pala talaga kaming ma-stuck together.
Feeling ko kung kami dalawa yung stuck for 2 weeks, wala na kami together. Joke.
Pwede pala kaming, kung naging gay kami, pwede pala kaming maging mag-asawa. Kasi, I am, as you know, yes. I am quite even. I'm very, and kasi parang fire and kami, di ba?
Yeah.
Combination kami.
Pero, pag tinignan nyo kayong dalawa on the surface, iisipin nila ikaw yung palaban, siya yung tahimik.
Ha? May ganun? Okay.
Oo. Kasi si Geneva may ugaling akala mo, Maria Clara, di ba?
Girly girl.
Ikaw talaga.
I have a manly
Pero pag kausap na kayong dalawa, parang sa kanya ka mapapa. Wow.
No, but kasi we're a good combination. Even on stage, guys. Ito pinromote, no?
Yeah, go.
Promote. Sige. Inaayos ko lang yung green card ni Geneva.
para tuloy-tuloy na to, di ba?
Oo, di ba? Para matuloy na yung tour natin. So, we're a good combination on stage kasi we give off a very different energy. As you say, di ba?
Yes.
So, she's super fun. She's, di ba? She's kikay, kalog, ganyan-ganyan. She'll go to the audience. Mamaya kakandong na dun sa isang audience. Ganon. And then, ako si Haji. Ako yung nagpaplano. Ako yung nagla-line up ng mga kanta. Ako yung kausap sa kontrata. Ako yung ganon.
Yeah.
And then, she's my charm. She's my lucky charm. Kaya, everywhere we go, I think we're very blessed. Kasi, parang ang ganda nung, whenever I'm weak, she's strong. And vice versa. At paglasing ako, siya nag-aalaga sa akin and vice versa.
Ikaw, your ate to
Bihira
her.
kaming malasing
together.
ng sabay na to the same degree. Kailangan may isang, ano ba yung designated driver, as they say.
Ikaw ang ate niyan di ba?
Ate, yeah.
So, okay. Now, movie, theater, actress, wife. Okay na yan I don't see any reason para sabihin mo wala kang purpose.
Right.
Pero, legacy. How do you want to be remembered?
Here lies love. Ganun.
Oy, malay mo, yung susunod na balik ng Here Lies Love.
Well. No, kasi diba yun yung nga yung sinabi na, yun, people always say, bakit yun ang title ng Here Lies Love? Because that's an actual quote from the First Lady.
Yeah.
And she said na I would prefer to have, parang instead na here lies the First Lady of the Philippines, here lies love lang daw ang gusto niya. Yun yung dahilan kung bakit yun yung title. Pero anyway, how do you want to be remembered, di ba?
Before you answer that, naisip ko lang, di ba? Hindi ka pa nagtatrabaho sa New York. Malay mo, in the future, bilang all of a sudden.
You can never tell.
Yes, you can never tell.
So yeah, my next chapter, hopefully, I would like to think, is here in the US. So I've only been living here for a couple of years now, and medyo mabagal ako with parang getting acclimated to, kasi in the beginning, syempre, wala naman akong friends sa New York.
Right.
And parang nakakalungkot din, di ba, na walang friends. Although I'm very happy with kahit kaming dalawa lang mag-asawa, happy na kami. Pero iba pa rin, as he always, yung asawa ko actually yung lagi nagsasabi sa akin, sabi niya, you don't really live in New York if we don't have friends in New York. It's when na magkaroon na tayo ng friends na masasabi mo na you're a New Yorker na talaga.
Yes.
And that has happened. Serendipitously, we met a few people, Filipino pa rin, na mga taga New York, and we started hanging out with them. And a few of my friends from the Philippines moved to New York. So yung mga best friends ko, some of them moved. So yun nga lang, si Geneva, my other bestie, si Jeffrey Hidalgo, is in the Philippines. And my family, half ng family.
Yes.
So parang one foot, in a way, nandun pa rin. One foot there, one foot. Pero plans, I just hope na in 2024, especially since tapos na yung strike, yung actor strike ng SAG, is that sana magkaroon ng mga more opportunities to do some acting projects.
So, hindi natin nabalikan. Are you ready to audition?
On Broadway?
Oo.
Video audition. Hindi, sige, tatapangan natin. Kailangan I have a feeling I need therapy. Parang kaya I need to talk to someone na paano ba natin, ano ba yung mga breathing exercises na...
I think, okay. Wala ka naman issue sa rejection, di ba?
Rejection? Hindi, syempre, talagang dinidibdib ko yung pag hindi ko nakuha. Yung kunyari, pag hindi ko nakuha yung part, you mean, syempre, depressed. Ganon.
You have to, you do naman magaling yung isa, yung kaibigan natin.
Oo, napaka-positive.
Yeah.
Tsaka mabilis yung parang, hindi, okay, kasi, kaya hindi ko nakuha yan kasi may mas magandang dadating, sis.
Yes.
Yun, diba?
Ako nakatingin lang ako sa kanya, kay Jen, pag gumagano siya, parang, saan mo nakukuha yan?
Correct. Considering she's also had quite a number of... Been through a lot. Her mother died during COVID. Because of COVID, you would think that she would be less, parang positive, di ba?
Yes.
And yet, no way.
Tapang.
She's naturally a very bright person.
Yes.
A very she's always full of light. And maganda yung combination namin kasi ako yung nag-iisip, nagpe-prepare, ganyan.
You think pagka 50 ka na,
in 3 months.
In 3 months.
parang dati pag sinabi mo, 50 ka na, malayo pa yun.
Ngayon, 3 months, no?
Grabe.
Do you think you would be less hard on yourself?
Alam mo, I'm already less hard on myself. Kasi like, for instance, in the show, yung show namin, Jing, kagabi, tumapak ako ng stage ng walang mic, naka-off yung mic. Tapos, ang tagal pa bago ako nagka-mic. Siguro, if I was a less seasoned performer, baka na-rattle na ako nun. Ngayon, may mga ganun na ako na things can go wrong in a performance. But like I said, it depends on what the performance was for. And because it's for the joy of others, wala akong expectation, pwede ko namang sabihin sa kanila, okay lang, take 2 tayo. Sinabi ko yung kagabi.
Okay.
From the top, take 2 tayo ha. Samantalang, nung 90s, when I did a concert in folk arts, nasira yung zipper ng damit ko. Wardrobe malfunction. So, umpisa pa lang, pagpasok ko pa lang, hindi pala na-zip up nung mabuti. Di ba ang zipper sa likod kailangan parang nilalak?
Nilalak, binababa.
Oo, nilalak. Walay. Tube top, ganyan. So, pagpasok ko pa lang, naramdaman ko ng bumuka. Hinawakan ko ngayon. So, nakahawak akong ganito sa likod ko. Hindi na ako nakasayaw. So, tumakbo yung kanta. Siyempre, may track yun eh. Hindi naman as-if... Kasi, guys, eto na yun. Ang is that, most performances, lalo na if it's a big song na tipo, maraming sounds na nangyayari. I mean, you know this. Hindi naman yan puro kung ano lang yung banda na nandiyan. May track yun. May playback, may track yun.
Yes.
Lalo na mga dance music, diba? May mga other sounds. So, tumakbo yung track. Hindi ko na nagawa. A more seasoned Rachel Alejandro would have been able to say, teka lang, from the top. Guys, nasira yung zipper ko balik ako. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Hindi ko ginawa yun. I froze. Nawala yung voice ko kasi nakahawak ako dito.
Oh my
Folk
God.
Arts Theater, major concert. Kinanta ko yung song pero oh my God, parang nakita ko yung scene ng mga taong nakatingin sa akin sa folk arts na ganyan na, alam mo yung cling, 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 yung buong pangarap mong nasisira sa harapan mo. And after that number, umexit ako. Zinip up yung nilagay yung mic. Hindi naman nag-work yung mic.
Oh, shoot.
Sunod-sunod na. So, exit na naman. By this time, hindi na ayaw ko nang lumabas ng dressing room. Hinahatak nila ako. Umiiyak ako doon. Umiiyak na walang voice. Finally, they coaxed me out. Lumabas ako ulit. Mic. Ganyan. And I had to, okay, ito na. Wala na akong boses, guys. Pero, sige lang. Tuloy.
Mindset,
Imagine if I had been the person I am now. What that show might have been like if I just stopped and said, you know what, from the top. And to this day, naalala ko. And I'm feeling like, oh my God, you needed that maturity. Unfortunately, and you know this, stardom and success doesn't come to us later in life when we are already experienced and we are already confident. It usually happens when we're young and we're unprepared for bad things, for accidents such as wardrobe malfunction. We usually are unable to, parang deal with it.
Yes.
And kasi kung confident ka, teka lang guys, 'di ba? Ganun eh. Kung pwede ko lang ulitin, kung pwede lang bumalik. Diba, no? Yun yung mga babalikan ko.
Hindi, kasi totoo. It reminded me of my own wardrobe malfunction. Diba?
Oh, ano?
Hindi, kasi binabalikan natin yung mga ganyan.
Oo, anong nangyari?
Kasi yung zipper mo bumagsak mag-isa. Yung sa akin din, diba? Bumaba yung zipper ko. Kung hindi bumaba yung zipper ko, di sana...
Oh my God, ngayon ko lang na-gets.
Artista pa.
Ang slow on the uptake. Slow. Kung hindi bumaba.
Diba? But at the same time, ito naman yung segue ko.
Naloka.
Ito yung segue ko naman. It had to happen. Because then, hindi mo marirealize yung maturity. Every time you go back to the folk arts, and that happened.
Na may mga lumulto na ngayon.
Naiisip mo na, you know what? The reason why you're able to do what you do now from the top is because that thing had to happen.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
Life. Advice for the newbies and those starting up. Do natin ilanding. What's your advice?
My advice, gosh, don't. Depends kasi that it can't, this advice kasi doesn't apply to all. Kasi, syempre, iba-iba naman ng artist. Iba-iba. May mga artist na, hoy, galingan nyo. Yan, maging professional kayo. Ako kasi, sobrang taas nung standard na inano ko sa sarili ko.
Kailangan naman ganun eh.
Oo. Diba? Kasi, at that time, ang mga concerts na ginagawa ko, yung uso nun, mga Madonna, mga Janet Jackson, ganun yung style eh. Very technical.
Sing and dance.
May mga noon pa lang, 90s pa lang, ganun na yung mga concert na ginagawa ko. So, kapag merong parang element na hindi nag-work, kailangan roll with the punches ka, marunong kang sumalo. But, ito yun, may mga artists din naman na kulang din sa disiplina. Kulang din. So, I think you have to find the happy medium of like, yes, be hard on yourself, be good, be as much as a perfectionist, but at the same time, learn to forgive mistakes and roll with the punches. Kasi it also defines you.
Right.
Diba? Na how you pick yourself up. Katulad nun, yung like I said, alam mo kung sino humahatak sa akin dun sa dressing room na umiiyak ako? Si Tita Rio ko.
Oh.
Si Tita Rio. Sabi niya, Rach, the people are here for you. It doesn't matter. They came, they bought the tickets because they wanna see you. It doesn't matter that things went wrong. Just get out there, sabi niya. So, lumabas ako. Then the next song was ballad na, then ganyan.
Yeah. Have you found your happy medium?
I'd like to think so. Yeah. Sa mga concerts, I know na para ko na yung dahil nga sa experience, parang it's there in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
Napapaikot ko na yan. Yung ganun ba?
Sa buhay?
Yes, also. I'm very happily married. I'm also glad I heard that you are too.
Yes.
Yes. Bumait ka na.
Sobra.
Talaga ha?
Para biglang sa akin, para po tayo last question.
I just met your
Jaja,
wife kanina. Lovely. And you said nga that you're very happy. And I'm very happy for you, Paco.
I'm very happy for you. Are you happy?
I am very happy. So, we've been married for 12 years.
Wow.
My husband's Spanish. So, ang challenge naming mag-asawa is that he wants to move here, Madaling magsawa yun eh. He loves to move. So, ayoko na dito. Iba naman. Ganun. So, yun lang. Kami, it's also that's why nga nung pandemic, believe it or not, the silver lining was, nagkasama kami ng matagal at nagtitigan kami. Kasi, I had no work. So, it was the kind of thing na we were at home. Dahil hindi rin siya pumapasok, di ba? Work from home. So, nagkasubukan din yung relationship at tumibay. Imagine that. Yes. The pandemic can make or break you. It can make your marriage stronger also. Kasi dun ko na-realize na he is the rock. He is the rock. Kasi siya yung sumalo sa akin during my lowest moments na talagang I felt useless. But he was there. He just listened. He just let me cry. And he just, he kept saying na parang, just do what you love.
Amen.
We don't have any financial obligations. We don't have children.
Yeah.
Di ba? Wala tayong problema doon. Ang ano mo na lang is find something that makes you happy. It may not be money-making because that's not possible right now.
Right.
Because you are a singer and there's no work for you right now. And that's something you have to accept. Ganun. Yeah. Kayo, anong nangyari sa'yo nung pandemic? Kwento mo naman.
Oh my God. Sa akin, nagkasubukan kami because doon ko na-realize na nasa akin yung mga anak ko, nasa akin yung asawa ko, kumpleto kami. And I realized that we are able to live by faith.
Yes.
Na okay lang sa mga kids, okay lang kay Jaja na ito lang ang meron natin, tiisin natin to.
Yes.
And and we've done it in such a way na hindi niya ako pinipressure, hindi ko rin siya pinipressure. And sa ngayon,
does Jaja have a day job? I don't know about her kasi.
Now, no. Parang kami
no.
walang day job because
okay.
she's studying. Ako naman I'm doing the podcast.
Oh,
so,
I see.
but
So during the pandemic,
she was a nurse. She was a nurse.
Okay. So siya ang but that must have been also hard because the exposure and all that. I know certain
hindi mo alam na pag umuwi siya, may COVID ba or
yun
diba?
na nga diba?
Yeah, it was hard.
Some people nga, diba, decided to isolate themselves if they could, diba? Which was also that was hardship. And of course, Filipino nurses, you know, God bless you guys.
Mga
kasi
heroes
talagang
natin.
grabe, that time na talagang they were I know every night, na kasi sa New York, ganun yan every night, it would come on ting ting ting.
Tinabahaan ng New York, diba?
No?
Yeah.
We were the first epicenter.
Yeah.
So it got better fast kasi it was handled properly. And it was na parang, tuloy lang, sige. At saka ito yung na-realize ko. This was actually why the fear also. Kasi diba nung umpisa parang we were so fearful of going out and stuff. But the statistics showed that it was the people that were staying home at nawala ng trabaho na sila yung mga nauospital. Apparently, those that had purpose, yung mga bus drivers, yung mga MTA work, yung mga yung mga nurses, ganyan. Hindi, of course, marami pa rin nurses na. In fact, I know that there was a huge amount of parang percentage-wise ng mga nurses na Filipinos that really succumbed to the virus. Pero ang napansin ko, it didn't necessarily mean na nasa labas ka, that you're not staying home, na you are less likely to be seriously affected. Apparently, it's not. It's your own health. And of course, maybe your frame of mind
Your
as well.
mindset.
Your mindset, correct.
Grabe.
So, yun. Kaya biglang nung nalaman ko yun, okay. Kasi nung una talagang hindi ako lumalabas ng bahay. I got scared.
Well, eventually, sana wala nang ganon. At sana makabalik na si Geneva para matuloy na yung show natin.
Yes.
Yes to the excess.
Yes.
Ladies and
let's
gentlemen,
do it.
Miss Rachel Alejandro. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow her on social media. I'll post links to her Spotify account para you can listen to the songs also. Thank you, Jade. Happy birthday, Jade Provido. As we're taping this, it's her birthday.